You've heard from many people that OBS is one of the best broadcasting software for you to use to stream your gameplay, but maybe you don't know how to set it up. Hi, I'm Love Kid. I have been streaming on Twitch for the last 7 years, and I just recently started a broadcast on Kick, YouTube, and TikTok along with Twitch. I post videos every Sunday around how to stream. If this is something that interests you, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on that post notification so you never miss a video. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on over to the software. I'm gonna put a link down in the description down below, so it'll be a lot easier for you to find it. All you will have to do is just Google OBS and open up the broadcasting software, and it brings you to this screen. Make sure to download the appropriate version for your PC. So for me, I have Windows. The installation is very self-explanatory. Once you get into the software, yours may look a little different than mine because I have an add-on where it changes the colors of my OBS because I like it to be darker so it's easier for me to look at, and we'll get into that stuff in a later video. But this is kind of what it shows up as. You have a scene, a source, an audio mixer, a scene transition, and then all of your controls. This one here, I am going to rename this. For me, I always tell the new streamers that if you're going to add OBS and you're going to set it all up, make sure you have a minimum of these 5 things: a starting soon screen, an intermission or chit chat, a gameplay, a be right back, and a stream ending. And I'm going to explain to you why. So on this one, we're going to do a starting screen. So this right here is just the name of the scene. So now we're going to put into the source. Now on this source, you can get different types of overlays. Now the overlays, you can get them on Etsy, and Etsy has a wide range of different things that you can go off of. Even if you're going to do a specific game that you would like to play on, or certain color combos or idea. So if you're into things like kin cats, you can type in cat Twitch overlays, and all of the ones that people have made has opened up. If you don't want to go the route of Etsy, you can always hire an artist or create your own in Canva. Again, later video. So once you figure out what your overlay is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and pull from mine. So mine is actually going to be a media. So we're going to go to media source, and I'm going to put starting OL for starting overlay. I'm going to browse my files, which this one here will be on my desktop, and it's going to be OBS. Make sure that you put everything in one folder because it's going to make it a lot easier to find everything. So right now I'm looking for my starting. Here it is, and I like to keep mine on a loop, and there we go. So now you have this. Now, if you're having issues trying to figure out what the dimensions is, it's always going to be 1920 by 1080. So after you have your starting soon, you can add more things to this. Like for mine, I actually have a daily sub goal, a monthly sub goal, love hugs, which is when people come in, that's their way of like greeting themselves and picking up their dailies and stuff. You can do things like if you're sponsored to somebody, you can have that roll in. I have all of my socials on a rotation, a media rotation. So you can also do your latest things like your latest followers, subs, bits, etc. After you have your starting soon screen, your next thing you're going to do is your chatting screen. And for this, the first thing you're going to add is a video. Mine is going to be extremely washed out. So mine is actually really washed out because I have my settings for when it's nighttime. So when you do this, you can have your chat along this part of your screen, or you can go ahead and add anything else you want on here. Like we have a bunch of little activities that we do. We have other overlays that goes over top of this, but we'll get into that at a later video. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. I always tell people to make sure you have all of your scenes done and then add to your sources. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. On game, you can do this one or two ways. You can either do a game capture. I personally don't like doing this. I prefer to just capture my entire screen because sometimes I also bring things from over on the web browser to my screen. So we are just gonna do, for this, we're gonna do a display capture. And then after this, you're gonna do your video, which if you got one camera and it's one of those cameras that goes back and forth, you can only have it open in one thing. Make sure that you click on add existing camera, and then you can do this down by size. Another key thing for whenever you're setting up your OBS is your camera. So my camera is on this side of my screen, so I put my camera on the opposite side on OBS. The reason why is you want to make sure that you are constantly watching your game, looking at your game. If your camera is on the left side of the screen and you're facing the left side, you're looking off of your screen. So make sure that you have it on the correct side, whichever way that you're angled. So now you have all of your gameplay and stuff like that captured. What you can do next is if you want your social scrolling and anything like that, you can add all this. If you don't know how to do it, I will be doing a video on this. You are now going to go ahead and go into settings. Now, right here, you have all of your general stuff. If you want to, my biggest thing is something that took me forever to realize, that if you wanted to record, you need to go to output and then make sure that you type into the recording format because it automatically does it, the MKV file. So make sure that you flip that over. But here you have all of your settings. If you want to set up your stream, you can just select the service that you would like to set it up on. Have it where either it auto connects or you can use your own and go ahead and connect it. You have all of your audio. So for me, my desktop audio is default and my mic audio will be the mic that I use. Just make sure that whatever you do here, you always hit apply. Then you got your video type. So I stream at 60 frames per second at 1920 by 1080. Just because it's easier and it just looks better, but not everybody is able to, so make sure that you scale it to what works best for you. So for me, my output mode that I like to use is advanced, and then streaming, this is how you can switch out your audio tracks so they're all on different formats. My Twitch VOD, usually have this clicked, and the only one that it takes is the 6 one, and then I have all my other stuff that is not copyright going through the rest of this. So now we have bitrate. I do want y'all to look at this, bitrate. You can go up to 6,000 in your bitrate, your kilobytes per second. However, do not max out your PC. Your stream will highly lag. Even though you can go up to like 6,000 kilobytes per second, what you should do is do about half of that and then start bringing it down just to wait until you get no lag in your stream. Once you have all of these settings set up the way that you need them, you also got your recording settings, your audio settings, and your replay buffer. And there you have it. You're all set up on OBS, and now you're ready to start streaming. Of course, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this software, and I'm going to show you a bunch of little things that you can do over a course of a couple of weeks. So make sure that you check out the playlist that I'll have set up, and I'm hoping this gives you a really good starting point. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure that you go ahead and give it a like, leave a comment down below on something you would like to learn about OBS, and I will try my best to add it to a video in the future. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.